Having an elite wing player is essential in today's NBA. The last 8 Finals MVPs have all been awarded to the small forward position. So on this journey, we're going to take a deep dive into ranking the top 5 small forwards in the NBA in 2019. Welcome back to Journey of a Ballaholic, the best talk show for basketball addicts. I'm your host, General Hannibal X. Now, if you're looking for passionate and in-depth analysis on the hottest NBA and college basketball topics, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel, tap that notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever a new episode drops, which is every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the start of this video, but before we do, as always, for the comment of the day, go down to the comment section below and let me know who you rank as the top 5 small forwards in the NBA in 2019. Okay, let's go ahead and get right into the video as we rank down the top 5 small forwards in the NBA in 2019. Coming in at number 5, Paul George. Paul George is one of the most unique players in the NBA. In my opinion, he's one of the top 3 two-way players in the game. Paul George has that ability to catch and shoot, but his handle is nice. I mean, his crossover, his step back moves, his ability to pump fake, drive and get to the basket, could finish strong with the dunk. He's crafty enough with the ball to be able to still take contact and be able to finish around defenders. He's got a post game. He's got the mid-range game. I mean, literally, Paul George has it all. From an offensive standpoint, he could be more efficient, but from having the ability to make the moves necessary to create his own space, listen, he's a tough cover. There's no question about that. I mean, it's hard to put big guys on him because you got to remember, Paul George is 6'8", 6'9". So you put big guys on him, he can go around them. You put guys that are small on him, he can shoot over them. A guy who can catch and shoot and allow somebody last year like Russell Westbrook, or even this year, being able to play off of Kawhi Leonard or even a Patrick Beverly, somebody who can set him up for shots, that's big time. But it's his defense. His defense is literally where he really has taken his game to an elite level. He can guard the other team's best player. He can switch off on smaller guards. He can guard the bigger players. I mean, he has that versatility that you need to be able to have from a two-way elite player. So Paul George is one of the unique players in the NBA who has the ability to do that on both ends, to dominate as far as scoring as well as defending. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to number 4. Now, this is what's going to get a little bit more controversial, okay? Coming in at number 4, I have Kevin Durant. Now, I know Kevin Durant would not be here if it was not for that devastating Achilles injury that he suffered last year. But unfortunately, due to his injury, I have to put Kevin Durant at number 4, despite his amazing skill. I mean, we've never seen a player like Kevin Durant. The ability to have guard skills at 6'11" to 7 feet with a 7'3" wingspan, to be able to literally pull up and shoot over top of the defense at will. You heard the interview the man had last year after people were talking about Patrick Beverly being able to guard him. He said, "You do remember my name. You know who I am, right?" And he's Kevin Durant, easy money sniper. For Kevin Durant to put the ball on the ground, attack the basket, finish through contact, finish over and around the defense with his wingspan, but also that ability at 6'11" to stop on a dime and to pull up and shoot over top of you, it's unguardable. I mean, we saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with his skyhook, which was the most unstoppable shot there is. We saw Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant with their turnaround fadeaways. Kevin Durant's pull-up jumper is one of the most unstoppable shots the game has ever seen. We've seen him do it in 2 back-to-back finals against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, where he put clutch situations, stopping on the dime, pulling up, hitting threes dead in LeBron's face. So we know Kevin Durant has done it on the biggest stage. But unfortunately, because of his injury, we had to drop him down to number 4. But now as we move on to the top 3, this is when we get to the elite of all the elite, not just small forwards, but in my opinion, the elite of all the players in the NBA. Coming in at number 3, the reigning MVP, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is something that the game has never seen. Like Kevin Durant, he's around that 6'11", 7-foot range, but it's his athletic ability, his ability to change ends of the court, to be in a couple of dribbles from the three-point line, laying it up or dunking it over top of the defensive head. Like his wingspan, I mean, 7'3", 7'4" wingspan, but his strength. See, he has that advantage over Kevin Durant where he's got that body of a Greek god to absorb the punishment when he goes inside of the paint. Like, Giannis doesn't shy away from contact. Giannis goes in and looks to seek out the contact, not only on offense, but also on defense. He goes right at the body of the offensive player and will literally throw the shot into the stands. Like, Giannis is still a developing offensive player, but defensively is really his call of fame. Averaging about 2 steals, 2 blocks a game. Once he continues to improve in his offense and not be just a transition, a dominant player, or a penetrating dominant player who literally can go from the 3-point line to the basket in one dribble, once he adds that jump shot consistently, oh, that's when he becomes a problem. Because as of right now, you can't stop him from getting to the basket. Unless you have guys that really can just kind of wall him off, it's going to be hard to guard him one-on-one. He's got a developing handle. He's got the ability to score with the left or the right hand. I mean, you got to remember this too. He's 24 years old. He's only getting better. And in the transition game, he's already unstoppable. And as he continues to develop in the playoffs, that's where he's going to really be able to go to that next level, is when he's able to slow the game down, allow his ability to get and play in the post, as well as to be able to hit a 15-foot mid-range shot, even if he never develops a legitimate or a 3-point shot. As long as he's respectable, which he is, to a certain extent now, he's a problem. I mean, the Giannis is a problem. And he's only getting better. Now, with the Greek Freak at number 3, with Kevin Durant at number 4, and Paul George at number 5, it only leaves 2 players left. And to me, is no question that these two are not only the top 2 small forwards in the game, but these are the top 2 players in the NBA. So which one is going to be number 1 and which one is going to be number 2? Well, in my opinion, coming in at number 2 is King James himself. LeBron James is one of the greatest players the NBA has ever seen. I mean, we have to really stop and think about what we even saw from this man last year in a down year. LeBron James gave you 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Say that again. 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists in his 16th season, which was a down year for him. LeBron James, to me, is a top 10 player of all time. He's in the conversation with the Kobe Bryants and the Magic Johnsons of the world. He's on that level. LeBron James has the unique ability that very few have ever had in the history of the game. His combination of size at 6'8", 6'9", with his body of 240, 250 pounds, and his speed and athleticism. Even now, today, his athleticism has declined some. He still is one of the most athletic players in the game today. His court vision is second to none in the game today. It rivals that of Magic Johnson. His ability to pass and set up others, that unselfish willingness to create better shots for players than they could get for themselves, that's what makes him special. His defense has fallen off. There's no doubt about that, which is one of the reasons why he's not at number 1. But when it comes to passing, rebounding, being able to be clutch, LeBron James didn't start his career off as clutch as he is now, but he undoubtedly is one of the most clutch players the game has ever seen. But unfortunately, he's not number 1 anymore. Number 1 has to go to none other than the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, we just saw Kawhi have a historic season, a season for the ages. This man went into the playoffs and scored over 700 points in the playoffs. Like, these are Michael Jordan type scoring numbers. But we know Kawhi's not just a scorer. I mean, Kawhi's a guy who has won not 1, but 2 Finals MVPs. The first as a role player, as just a defender, which is what he came into the league known as. Gotta remember, Kawhi Leonard was not a lottery pick. Kawhi Leonard came in from San Diego State, known for his defense, and is one of the best players ever at guarding LeBron James. But now he's taking that offensive game to a whole nother level that we never saw from Kawhi Leonard. His ability to create his own shot, his ability to play in that mid-range game is Jordan-esque. He's not Michael Jordan, but the size, the mitts that he has is Jordan-esque. His mid-range game is becoming Jordan-esque. Listen, Kawhi Leonard last year did what no player in the history of the NBA has ever done. Kawhi Leonard became the first player in NBA history to win Finals MVP in both conferences. He joined just Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and LeBron James as the only players in NBA history to win Finals MVPs on two different teams. Well, now he's setting himself up by leaving Toronto and going to the Clippers to possibly break his own record and become the only player to win Finals MVPs on three different teams. Listen, the margin between LeBron and Kawhi Leonard, it's not supreme. It's not a big gap between these two. But I have no choice but to put Kawhi Leonard at number one when he's coming off of a season where he joined the Toronto Raptors and in 1 year took them to a place they had never been, which was the NBA Finals, and did what nobody else has ever done, which is won Finals MVP with his second team in a totally different conference. As if that wasn't enough, Kawhi Leonard today, not only is he a scoring machine, not only is he unguardable on the offensive end, he's the best defender the NBA has seen, in my opinion, since Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Like, he's an elite all-time great defensive player, a former defensive player of the year, perennial defensive first-team All-NBA. Kawhi Leonard is the real deal, and I think he reminded people that after missing the previous season, only playing 9 games, he came back with the vengeance, and now he has Paul George as his teammate. You're looking at a situation where Kawhi Leonard, he doesn't even have to guard the other team's best player. How dangerous can he be this year? When now Kawhi Leonard can have Paul George guarding the other team's best player, and he can just focus more on offense, as we just saw him have his best offensive season of his career. Coming into the start of 2019-2020 season, I have to have Paul George as number 5. I have to have Kevin Durant at number 4. I have to have the Greek Freak at number 3. LeBron James at 2. And I have to put the crown for not only the best small forward in the NBA, but the best player in the entire NBA as the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. So what do you think? How would you rank your top 5 small forwards in the NBA in 2019? Go down to the comment section below, and remember, for the comment of the day, let me know how you rank the top 5 small forwards. But as always, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, tap that like button, hit that notification bell so that you can stay updated with the journey of a Ballaholic.